Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or good day, whatever time it is for you. What's up, guys? Um, another beautiful day, baby. Another beautiful day for some day 14 of Witcher 3. Yeah, get back into our news, find out what's new, see what's going on in the industry. I'm tired this morning. Like really tired. I was really tired last night, and I got a lot of sleep last night, and I'm still really tired this morning. I don't know, man. But it's cool. We'll get it. We get it. It'll be cool. Nice, chill, tired Witcher 3 day. um, yeah. I don't know. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Let's go ahead and do what we do. Hop into this gaming news stuff. See what we can find that's interesting. Cool. Hope you're all doing well. It's good to see you. You guys look great this morning, by the way. Cute. Yo, did you Wick, did you see the link that I put in chat for the art yesterday that for that artist for that piece back there? That should do. All right. See what we got here. See what we got. EVE Online's most notorious player has quit the game. Sony partners with Spin Master on toys and merch for PS games. Minecraft bans NFTs for promoting scarcity and exclusion. Cool. See what else. FIFA 23 will not include Russian teams to show solidarity for Ukraine. Ugh. God. Okay, dude. Um, I don't like diving into how many different articles we continually come across in regards to what? What do you mean what? Articles we come across in regards to games built on crypto and NFTs and Web3 and blockchain. It's because there's just so many, and it seems real scummy to me, anyways. My reaction, because probably my reaction to this, and Square Enix is backing another one of these ventures. Look, I mean, we knew that this is where Square Enix was headed because that's why they said they sold their North American gaming dev studios. Um, they wanted more capital to pour into blockchain, NFT, crypto based gaming. So here we are. My reaction to what was it? Was it my reaction to reading this, or was it my reaction to something else, Wick? No Man's Sky update is Star Trek AF, dude. Okay. Yeah, we read about this. This is Bungie suing somebody for blatantly cheating, disregarding terms and stuff. Think this? Okay, yeah, probably that. Probably so. Yeah, we'll take a look, man. Here's what's funny. We keep getting like here's another one. How to get gamers to accept the integration of uh, these kinds of mechanics within games nowadays, right? Like they're talking about NFTs and stuff. This is coming out of an article called or a news source called Coin Telegraph. This is why I don't dive into these very often because these are definitely news sources that are promoting cryptocurrency. They are promoting NFTs, Web3, blockchain, that kind of stuff in gaming. I have said for the longest time, the only way that you're going to get gamers to accept the integration of it to a great extent is to have it be something that is incorporated in a way that feels and is very, very much mutually beneficial for not just the developer, but also for the gamer themselves. And right now, it doesn't feel like that. Feels like almost every time it's incorporated into anything, it feels like a scam. So that's why quite often I don't dive into these, is because of it feels like these are coming from news sources that just want to promote these new games being built on this premise, or want people to they want to try to get people to feel better about getting into the NFT Bitcoin side of or crypto based gaming side of things, you know? And for me right now, I just don't want to promote it. I don't see any plus side to it. I think it's I think it's very scummy. I think it's very exploitative for a lot of people that engage in it. Um, People get taken advantage of quite often, and I don't want to be a part of what a lot of these types of sources are trying to get people to buy into. Sony gaming unit adds Uber antitrust lawyer. What? Let's see what's going on there. We're halfway through the year, right? We're halfway through the year right now. I'm not real big about diving into lists, as it were. I'm going to skim this. I'm going to skim this and see what they have picked out. Just in case there might be some games we're not real familiar with. I guarantee you there are going to be things like Elden Ring and Horizon and, stuff like that on this list. But we're halfway through the year. Let's see what they've come up with as a list of the best games of 2022 so far to see if there might be a diamond in the rough here that maybe we're not aware of to pull out and have some fun with, okay? Again, blockchain, MMO, how it plans to shake up online gaming. And it's like these news sources and stuff, I just it's like they're all just part of this one big hype machine trying to get people to buy into this mechanic that I don't see as being a positive for the consumer, really. Us as gamers, I don't see it as positive, so I'm going to stay away from it. Spider-Man Remastered PC system requirements and specs. Let's see. DVD developer event promises new games and Resident Evil news. Let's see. Saints Row reboot has gone gold. Now, what that means is that they are ready to ship that game. For anybody that's not aware of what gone gold means, that means that the game is actually set to release on time. They are boxing that game up. It is coming to us. Okay? Take a look. Pivot real quick. Stray, the video game where you play as a cat, is breaking the internet. I'm so glad. I've been pretty hyped about that game. I would have really liked to have played it on release, but the fact we're in the middle of Witcher 3 right now just didn't really make it it didn't flow with the schedule too well. I guess I could have held off a couple of weeks to start Witcher, but it just seemed like pushing the Witcher back that far would have really messed up schedule further down the line. But I definitely want to play Stray. I've been watching and anticipating that game for a long time now, and it seems like people are having a lot of fun with it. To the point of stealing significant others' consoles to play the game. You know what I mean? So awesome. We read about this yesterday. Both the Switch and the Steam Deck. Uh, so Valve and Nintendo have come out and basically said, I think with the Switch, they were saying you should not playing the device out in exposed temperatures of 35 degrees Celsius or above. And with the Steam Deck, it was 40 degrees Celsius or above for risk of harming the hardware. Okay? We read about it yesterday. If you want to see more, the actual article, check out yesterday's news segment, okay, on YouTube. We have something about that up already. We'll read about it. We've talked about this. I'm loving Bungie more and more with the kinds of things they've been public about and doing. I really like Bungie. Makes me want to go back and try out Destiny 2 some more. I played Destiny 2 on release, and I don't know. Makes me want to go back and play some more of their content. We read about this about what, 3 days ago? So the Grounded video game is being turned into an animated series. We have that pulled up already. Looks like EA stock is rising. Ugh. But this is talking about a possible merger here. Let's pull this up. I mean, this is one of those situations similar to what I've seen with what we've talked about a lot with Microsoft acquiring or trying to acquire Activision Blizzard. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but it's still in the works, right? Is it good for competition? No. No, it's not. It is not good for competition, but in my opinion, there are some of these larger game devs that might be better off being bought by better corporations. EA is trash. I cannot stand that company. Does it necessarily mean that being bought out by another company is going to change anything? No, but it could. And that's my hope. That's what my hope is for Activision Blizzard. I hate Activision Blizzard. And Blizzard was one of my longtime uh, favorite devs as a youngster. I hate that company now. And um, it's not just, what they've done with a lot of their dev and monetization within games, try to suck as much as they can out of. They've lost sight of what it means to be uh, creating good content because they're passionate about video games. You know what I mean? But also a lot of the terrible stuff that we found out about the way that company was run in the past and everything like that. I feel like it's a good thing that Microsoft is buying that company because they can strip it down and rebuild it in a way that might be able to bring that Activision Blizzard back to a good spot. I feel like EA is one of those companies that could maybe use some of that as well. Um, and as of the companies that we've heard this year that could potentially be up to be acquired, Square Enix, EA, and Ubisoft are the three that have been at the top of that list. And the thought was that if Square Enix was going to get bought, they would get bought by Sony. Um, and honestly, I feel like Square Enix has been headed in the wrong direction, and they could use maybe a little bit of a righting of the ship. EA has needed it for a long time, but does that mean that necessarily getting acquired is going to do that? No. Could it possibly? I don't know. I don't know. You don't have to keep quiet, gamer. Um, that's what I mean. The news is for us to discuss and talk. You know what I mean? Not just for me to. Obviously, I'm going to talk a lot because I'm reading the articles and everything. But it's good to see you, buddy. Good morning. Um, if you have something to say, we can discuss, dude. We can discuss it. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy having you guys here and having the input. So, um, yeah. I mean, let yourself be heard, man. We read about that. It's talking about Anthem. So if you're interested in trying Anthem, you can get it from GameStop for a cent. Former Grand Theft Auto bosses build a Rocket Boy announces hiring. Let's see what that's about. I'm not familiar with that. Wait, what? PS Plus and Xbox Game Pass can't compete with what? Let's see what that is. Looks like Netflix has new games coming as well, arriving next month. We'll see what they've got. Are integrated graphics better for gaming? Traditionally, no. I'm not going to dive into this. We have too many articles, or we have enough articles up already to give us a good amount of news. Integrated graphics are becoming better than they have been, but traditionally, you're not going to get as much graphical power out of a what is traditionally been referred to as an APU, which is your it's basically a combination chip that does your it's like a hybrid chip. It does both your the job of your CPU and your GPU in one chip. Um, Traditionally, they are not as powerful as having two separate pieces of hardware dedicated to those processes. For your CPU to be separate and your GPU to be separate, that just traditionally integrated graphics on a single chip that also does your processing, it doesn't work as well. It's coming a long ways. There are a lot of devices that do very well nowadays, but are you going to be able to hit the same benchmarks, same graphical fidelity, quality, and stuff that you will with a dedicated graphics card? No. Can you fit a dedicated graphics card into a device such as a Switch or a Steam Deck mini mobile devices? No, you cannot. And that's where integrated graphics come into play, right? So it depends on what you're trying to build, what kind of device you need, and integrated graphics again have come a long ways. So it just depends. Uh, oh, dude. Um, well, I mean, I don't know, dude. That's I think that so this is what I'll say, especially in like big cities, right? And especially in big populated areas, there's a lot of public transportation that doesn't necessarily have air conditioning and stuff too, right? There are all kinds of ways to think about why that might be a thing. Yeah, and people like there are gamers everywhere, man. And just I'm gonna give a scenario based thing here with, people commute quite often in large cities on public transportation. And for instance, like out in San Francisco, they've got the trolley systems, right? The trolley systems, and they're just kind of these train cars that run around without AC on them and stuff. I don't think they have AC on them, and they just go all over the city and stuff, right? And people use them to get around all the time because it sucks driving cars. So many highly populated areas do that kind of thing, and if you're used to using some kind of transportation like that to get around, or you know walking around or whatever, and you have occasions where you have to sit and wait on a bus or public transportation or anything like that, and while you wait, you usually game, or then maybe they're just saying you might want to take a second guess, or maybe not do that right now while the temperatures are so high, because you could run the risk of damaging your device. So it's not necessarily, I think, that what you're making it out to be is, as people are going, let's go play outside in the extreme heat, as much as it's a necessity for people to get out and still have to get places they have to go. And in the downtime of those travels or whatever, potentially they game whenever they're waiting on certain things or whatever. And I think that's part of it. Yeah. Personally, no, man. If I'm gonna game, I want to game comfortably. But everybody's own situation is different, and I think there are circumstances that present people with, and that's why mobile devices are the Switch has killed it. You know, people love the Switch because it is both that mobile device and it doubles as a traditional console. So when they're on the go, you know, they're traveling and commuting and everything, they have the device. They can play the games in their downtime. And then when they get home, they put it back on the dock. They play it like a console. So many people just, they want to game whenever they can. And so it happens when they commute. I think that's part of it. Or maybe you've got dad gamers out there that are going taking their kids to like soccer practice or something, you know, and they want to like multitask, be like, "Good job, Bobby," but also want to play Breath of the Wild. You know what I'm saying? Good job, Susie. You're doing great. But also want to play Breath of the Wild. But dude, it's real hot outside, so maybe they just want to make sure that Bobby and Susie's dad is aware that maybe right now is not the best time to be playing Breath of the Wild out during the kids' soccer practice. You know what I'm saying? Xenoblade Chronicles 3 overview trailer released. Cool. Yeah, that game is almost here. Uh, yeah. Stray looks really cool. Discord is coming to Xbox. Uh, love Discord. Love Discord. Um, and it's coming to Xbox. That's cool. I'm not going to dive into that. We know what Discord is. It's the fact that it's coming to Xbox as a platform is very cool. We've talked about that as well. Nintendo bought Dynamo Pictures Studio and is actually turning it into being. It will now be deemed Nintendo Pictures. Really, Pinky? Oh, that is terrible news, dude. Yo, what's up, buddy? By the way, hello. Um, I mean, no spoilers, obviously, but dude, that. I mean, is that like a consensus thing, or is that just like, um, it sounds like that was your perception of it, but is that what other people are saying as well? Are we getting a consensus that the ending was pretty terrible? Yo, Mamzelle, what's up, my friend? Oh no way! Oh why? Uh, yo, thanks, Pinky. Just I'll see if I can pull something up about it without spoilers. Just see what people are. See if they're. We can pull up something about people being kind of super disappointed. That's yeah, 2 weeks ago. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Um, I'm afraid of spoilers here. Maybe we'll see something. I'm not seeing a ton yet, but I mean the game just flipping released too, so I'm guessing the more outrage there is in regards to that, the potential for many people to dislike the ending of the game, we'll end up seeing something in the news coming up pretty soon. So, Pinky, thanks, buddy. That's terrible news, dude. That's terrible news. That sucks. I mean, ugh, I still want to play the game because I've been anticipating it. I've heard that people are really enjoying the gameplay and just what the game has to offer. But it does suck to hear that the ending might be pretty terrible. Wait, yo, game, weren't we supposed to help you decide what game to play, dude? I totally kind of missed that yesterday. Did you put that in Discord? Were you trying to get us to help you decide what game you needed to play? Did you say that yesterday? Or was that just in chat and I missed it? Weren't you like, yo, you guys have to help me pick a game and I'm not going to quit playing that game until I beat it? Wasn't that the play? I think that's how that went, right? Or was that might have been somebody else? Was that somebody else, gamer? Waiting for the list to appear in Discord? Yeah, he debated us, didn't he? He had us waiting all day. Yo, I actually, if you're not aware, I posted pics, just some quick pictures yesterday of the tattoos, man, up in the art section of the Discord. So, um, you know, disregard the chonkiness. um, but you did more of a joke? Okay, okay. Yo, Soldier, what's up, buddy? Yeah, so I did post pictures in the art section of the Discord yesterday of the new tattoos. So they're there, man. I finally got them in there for everybody. So if you want to take a look, they're in the Discord. EVE Online's most notorious player has quit the game. Goon Swarm is up in arms. I also, in the art section, I also posted a pic of this piece of art that my wife just got me, and the artist behind it and their website. Yeah. Almost have the technology for a Starhold on Stellaris. I'm not quite sure exactly what that means, but it sounds awesome. Wait, what about Death Star, though? When do you get a Death Star? The Matani, a legendary and polarizing figure in the sprawling sci-fi MMO EVE Online, is reportedly stepping down from his positions as CEO of the Goonwolf Corporation and executor of the Goon Swarm Federation in-game organizations that control a significant portion of in-game space. The resignation comes. Wait, what? The resignation comes amidst allegations, soldier, amidst allegations that the Matani failed to adequately address persistent sexual harassment and misconduct in the organization. Ooh. My people, I'm afraid that the sheer amount of smears being flung my way across the galaxy are simply too much to handle at a personal level. The Matani said in a Goon Fleet forum post, the fact that my divorce, the loss of my dog, and a terrible number of other outright lies and falsehoods have been heaped on top of each other has resulted in me becoming simply too radioactive to continue leading Goon Swarm without my presence being a net negative for the wider tribe. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get better about pinning stuff. Because I've found myself here lately trying to go back and find certain things that have been posted in the past. And so rather than going back and finding them later and then pinning them then, just posting stuff now. And if that way it's not like, well, the pictures are in Discord in the art section, you'll have to go look them up or whatever. Just be like, yo, they're pinned in that section. You know what I mean? Yeah. The allegations. Yo, I'm glad you like it, Pinky. I'm glad you like it, dude. Yeah, I know it took me a while, but it took a while to get that tattoo done, dude. So I needed to make sure that it was all totally healed and everything too from this last touch-up session before I got it put in. But we were getting ready to go to the pool yesterday, and I was like, yo, will you snap some pictures of this real quick so I can just throw them in there? Because I'd been telling you guys forever that I was going to get the pictures put in, and I needed to get it taken care of. The allegations against the Matani are numerous and complex, but largely come down to a confrontational and dismissive management style, including allegations that he insulted and banned one high-profile member who came forward with complaints of abuse and endorsed the ongoing membership of a goon swarm officer, despite the fact that a person had been banned from the Something Awful forums, where goon swarm originated a decade earlier for reportedly being involved with child pornography. Zowie, dude. Yo, Mamzelle, you don't have to. Don't worry about it. You're cool. You don't need to go. Tell him OA said that you can have the day off. You can have the day off. But you have to wave your hand when you talk to him. OA said I could have the day off. Like that. Um, Need to get into Stellaris. Yeah, man, I've heard great things about that game. And Sykes been playing it a lot. What? Sykes said he has like over 7,000 hours in that game, dude. And Soldier's now been playing it. I think Soldier's having quite a bit of fun with it, yeah. But his resignation could also be a sign of a deeper schism within Goon Swarm between old guard goons and something awful members call themselves. And newcomers who aren't necessarily inclined to embrace SA's version of internet culture. Something Awful was founded in 1999 as a personal website for Richard Lotax Kyanka, but its forum community quickly grew and took on a new life of its own. As a sort of precursor to 4chan and Reddit, SA became a foundational part of online culture. Gizmodo ranked it among the 100 websites that shaped the internet as we know it, while noting that it could actually be awful, at times funny, stupid, intriguing, shockingly toxic, and utterly unwilling to change. But that intransigence may be coming to an end, at least in the context of EVE Online. One member of Goon Swarm said in a forum post that the legacy rules and policies of true goons, players who came to EVE Online from the Something Awful forums, rather than joining Goon Swarm directly, have failed the organization and its wider membership. Because of that, they have no interest in being part of that faction. Feels good to be on the other side, they wrote. This isn't the Matani's first brush with controversy. In 2011, he was banned from EVE Online for 30 days and removed from his position on the Council of Interstellar Management for urging players of at FanFest, EVE's annual community convention held in Iceland, to dogpile another player and make the guy kill himself. But this seems like an even bigger deal. The Goon Swarm Federation and the Imperium Coalition it leads is one of the longest lived and most powerful organizations in EVE history, and has dominated the game for years despite multiple concerted efforts to dislodge it from power. The resignation of its leader and a possible split within its ranks could have an impact on EVE Online equal to any of the biggest wars that preceded it. The uproar in Goon Swarm could also indicate that broader culture currents are having an impact on EVE overall, which is somewhat rare to see. EVE players, and particularly the Goon contingent, are a pretty insular group. EVE's history of high-profile schemes and deceptions give the impression that it's a game where player actions would most consider, where player actions most would consider cruel are not only tolerated but celebrated. I think it's easy to see how that environment could attract abusive behavior. Yeah. Things have changed a lot since Something Awful was founded 22 years ago, though EVE itself is only slightly younger. Its 20th anniversary is next year. That's wild, man. 20 years now for EVE. That's crazy. There you go. Eventually, everything dies, yeah? Eventually. Eventually. Yep, yep. I don't know, man. Yeah, and as far as I am really, really happy with the way the tattoo turned out. So I know we've talked a little bit before about the process, if anybody's interested in going and seeking out any kind of their own tattoo work, finding an artist, and how important it is to find somebody that you really enjoy their work, first and foremost, and then engaging in a conversation with that individual about how interested they could possibly be about doing a project for you. And I think that it's really important to understand that relationship, right? Having somebody that is interested in creating that piece of work for you makes a big difference. And I think no matter how good they are as an artist, and not that the work won't turn out good either way, but I think it definitely makes a difference when they're interested in what you're trying to have done, if it aligns with the kind of work they like to do and stuff like that. And I'm really really happy with the way my this latest piece of mine turned out. So yeah, and it's not necessarily going to be everybody's. Not everybody's going to enjoy what I have on myself, but it's not for everybody else. Ultimately, it's something that I got for myself. But you guys knew I was getting it. I'd been telling you I was getting it, so I figured I would share it with you. Sony partners with Spin Master on toys and merch for PlayStation games. Spin Master announced today it has entered a new licensing agreement with Sony. The former is the toy licensee for first-party PlayStation titles, meaning it will make merch for several of Sony Interactive Entertainment's biggest brands. According to Spin Master, this includes titles like God of War, Horizon, The Last of Us, and Uncharted. Plans to create products in the action figure, collectible, playset, plush, roleplay, vehicles, RC, and games and puzzles categories. Chris Berdal, Spin Master CCO, said in a statement, both SIE's PlayStation and Spin Master share a common goal to inspire and entertain consumers through the relentless pursuit of innovation. Together, we will bring the interactive storytelling of Sony's immersive PlayStation games to life in an all new way, extending the fandom from digital to reimagined physical play. From Paw Patrol to God of War, Spin Master rose to success thanks to properties like Paw Patrol, has been expanding its interest in gaming recently. In 2021, it created a $100 million fund, Spin Master Ventures, to invest in toys, entertainment, and digital games. Sony recently released a new Horizon game with both a God of War title and The Last of Us remake on the way this year. Last of Us TV adaptation is also nearing release. An Uncharted movie just released this year, and a Horizon show is in development. Interest in Sony's properties is likely higher than ever, especially among non-gamers. PlayStation-centric toy line is expected to launch sometime in spring 2024. I want to show you guys something. So I'm a big fan of Adventure Time. I love Adventure Time. I love that cartoon. It is amazing, awesome. If you don't know what it is, I highly recommend checking it out. It is like this really weird area for a cartoon that is actually very child appropriate, but it appeals to an adult audience as well. It's a very very funny cartoon, and but it hits on a lot of very emotional subjects and things like that too. It's a great cartoon. My sister-in-law hit me up yesterday and was like, she sent me this picture, and I'm going to show you guys this. And I was absolutely blown away. One second. I've got this website. I'm going to pull this up. I meant to put it in Discord last night, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on stream right now and show you guys because there's a website behind this. So check this out. Let me find specifically. This is look at all this stuff that this company is like making. They've got all this like cool wild stuff here. Um, some of it you can actually buy. A lot of it's concept, but they actually have like collectibles you can buy, stuff like that. It's really really neat. So they got like concepts. Then they've actually got video game stuff they're working on, films, collectibles. So they've actually got like collectible stuff that you can purchase and everything too. But let me find this one specific thing for where is this at? It's got to be in here somewhere. For Adventure Time, and I was absolutely blown away. Like, there's The Witcher 3. There's some Witcher 3 stuff right there. Where do they have it on their mobile site? One second, guys. I've got to show you this, man. It's too flipping good. Thought it was on their all projects. Yeah. Wait. Did I miss it? Yeah. Yeah, it's in all projects, man. Wait. Hold on. It's in here somewhere. I just missed it, I think. You, man. Well, crap. It's on their main page on their mobile site, and of course, it's not right here on their concepts mashup. All right, I might be able to find it right here. There we go. Check this out. Sorry, took me a second. Look at this. If you know what Adventure Time is, man, what a cool concept this is to maybe take what Finn and Jake and BMO are within the animated series and turn them into this more real life kind of iteration of what they are from the animated series. I was absolutely blown away, and shout out to my sister-in-law for she apparently saw this on social media and was like, "Oh man, OA would love this," and sent it to me immediately. And I was like, "Where did you find this?" So amazing cartoon, by the way. Adventure Time again. If you haven't ever seen it, take a look. But the this concept of bringing this to like live, like more of a live action adaptation of what it would maybe look like. I'm actually saving that, dude. That's getting saved. Cool. That'll probably be the background for a while. But I had to show you guys. It's just too cool. And this site again, they've got all kinds of really really cool concepts, video games, collectibles you can buy that they do. Pretty neat, man. I'd never even heard of it before and just found it last night. So I'll try to post it in the Discord as well if you guys are interested in taking a look. Really cool art. Really cool art. Minecraft bans NFTs for promoting scarcity and exclusion. NFTs and other blockchain technologies create digital ownership based on scarcity and exclusion, which does not align with Minecraft values of creative inclusion and playing together. Awesome. Mojang has banned NFTs and blockchain technology from Minecraft, stating that profiteering and models of scarcity and inclusion have no place in the game. In a statement released yesterday, Mojang confirmed that blockchain technology and NFTs based on Minecraft are banned. Due to Minecraft's broad popularity, the game has been the target for third-party NFT world files and skin packs. something Mojang is not comfortable with. Mojang, right? Mojang, my bad. Each of these uses of NFTs and other blockchain technologies creates digital ownership based on scarcity and exclusion, which does not align with Minecraft values of creative inclusion and playing together. NFTs are not inclusive of all our community and create a scenario of the haves and have-nots. The speculative pricing and investment mentality around NFTs takes the focus away from playing the game and encouraging profiteering, which we think is inconsistent with the long-term joy and success of our players. Awesome. Mojang went on to explain that it is concerned that some third-party NFTs may not be reliable and may end up costing players who buy them, and added the price of NFTs can be inflated fraudulently. In other words, many NFTs are scummy. As a result, the company has outlined that technology has no place in Minecraft. To ensure that Minecraft players have a safe and inclusive experience, blockchain technologies are not permitted to be integrated inside our Minecraft client and server applications, nor may they be utilized to create NFTs associated with any in-game content, including world skins, persona items, or other mods. We have no plans for implementing blockchain technology into Minecraft right now, added Mojang. Back in April, environmental group Climate Replay, a group made up primarily of Mojang developers, criticized NFTs as quote, an unnecessary expenditure of physical resources. Pinky. Oh, you heard they want to bring censoring of bad words and ability to report from Bedrock Edition to Java as well. Really? Cool. Cool. Good. I mean, this is the thing. So when you talk about the ability, is it... This is what I would hope, okay? Is that because there's no doubt that Minecraft is a game that definitely appeals to younger audiences, right? What I would hope is that you could set up these kinds of censoring things on a server basis, right? Because there are many adults that like to play Minecraft as well, right? And they don't necessarily want to play it in a way that is constantly censored, yeah? But I do think it's good that they are implementing censoring into the game. I just hope it's in a way that allows it to be an option and not just an over-encompassing. Obviously, I think there are certain things that need to be censored over-encompassing, right? Hate speech, anything that has to do with racism, sexism, you name it. Anything that's hate speech needs to be not allowed, right? But lots of server owners are scared of being massively reported and being banned from their own servers. I think that, that would be my hope. That would be my hope. Because it should be on a server-to-server basis. I would hope that they would implement it in a way that goes, will allow you to create a server. If you're not going to have censoring of maybe more volatile words, more profane words or whatever, if you're not going to have censoring of that within your server, then the server needs to be labeled as like maybe mature or 18 plus or what have you, right? Something to that, rather than everything just across the board being censored. Because there are adults that like to play the game. They want to have more of an adult server or whatever. I think that should be a thing that's allowed. But it should definitely be incorporated in a way that prevents children from just being able to access those servers and being exposed to that kind of content necessarily, right? I do think it's good that they're implementing that. But I think any kind of platform, we talk about this a lot, right? I think any kind of platform that appeals to a younger audience definitely needs to be implementing some kind of oversight in trying to let kids be kids and not have them be exposed to too much bad, terrible content while they're just trying to have some fun and as youngsters, you know what I mean? Playing games and everything. it's a hard thing to do. Don't get me wrong. That's not lost on me. It's a hard thing to do, but I think it goes both ways. Not everybody wants to be censored, right? And I respect that. I really do. So we'll see. That's actually good news, dude. We'll have to, if you get more on that, let me know. Maybe we might have to look into that too. I think we'll be going a little bit too long today to look into it today, but remind me tomorrow and maybe we can look up a bit more information about it. I'm glad that Minecraft and Mojang have decided to not allow NFTs and blockchain stuff in the game. I'm glad. FIFA 23 will not include Russian teams to show solidarity with Ukraine. Yeah. EA has announced that FIFA 23 will not feature Russia's national team or any Russian clubs due to the country's ongoing invasion of Ukraine. In a statement provided to Eurogamer, the FIFA 23 developers shared that in line with our partners at FIFA and UEFA, which they are only partnered with FIFA for just a bit longer, and then they're going to be separating, going their separate ways. EA Sports will not include the Russian national team or Russian clubs in FIFA 23. They stand in solidarity with Ukrainian people, and like so many voices across the world of football, calls for peace and an end to the invasion of Ukraine. The message is a repeat of a statement issued by by EA in March 2022, weeks after Russia launched its invasion of Ukraine in February. This is actually, I've talked about this a lot, and I'll give you my take on this in a moment. EA Sports joined the games industry condemnation of the military action by removing all Russian players and clubs from the FIFA 22. However, EA did not go as far as UEFA in removing Russian sponsors from advertising. What? However, EA did not go as far as UEFA in removing Russian sponsors from advertising. Prominent advertisements for Gazprom, a Russian state-owned energy firm, were left in FIFA 22, despite UEFA ending its partnership with Gazprom in February. At the time, EA told NME that it has nothing specific to comment on regarding the exclusion of Russian sponsors, except for the fact that EA is a greedy corporate trash studio. Beyond the lack of Russian teams yesterday, EA shared a first look at what else FIFA 23 will bring. Women's club football, a first for the series. The upcoming game, which will be EA's last entry in the series, will also include new Hypermotion 2 technology and crossplay between PS, Xbox, and PC platforms. This flipping company, dude. So, first of all, I actually hit on this yesterday as well. And we've talked about this a lot in regards to Russia, their invasion of Ukraine. I am absolutely against it. I think it's terrible. War sucks. It is horrible. And ultimately, at the core of what is happening is there are a lot of people in Russia that are just Russian citizens that are suffering the consequences of what their government has decided to do in invading Ukraine, even though they are not for or in support of what their government has done. That there are a lot of people, actually Russian citizens, that are in opposition of what Russia has done in invading Ukraine. Unfortunately, it just is what it is. And we have seen a lot of this. And nothing will be done. You're right, gamer. Nothing will be done. And I'll continue to gripe and moan and about it, and nothing will be done. But this is what is this just shows, this is just another prime example of what a scummy crap company EA is. You know what I mean? They want to put out a face out. They want to put a face out there like, we're in support of Ukraine. We're pulling Russia out of the game. They're not pulling those sponsors out, are they? I hate this company so much. Them and Blizzard, dude. They are just like they just. I don't even know why I continue to be amazed at the kind of crap that I see from them. But unfortunately, for some reason, I am. But again, what this comes down to is it is you'll see it time and time again whenever the majority of the world is in support of this type of scenario of such as Ukraine and them being invaded. The majority of the world sees this as a very bad move on the part of Russia, and therefore they basically do everything they can. The rest of the world, most of the rest of the world, does everything they can to try to incorporate methods of making it tough on Russia to continue, right? We're not allowing you to basically be a part of what the rest of the world is doing. You're not allowed to do any of the worldwide sports stuff anymore. We're taking you out of even entertainment stuff. We're not giving you access to stuff. You name it. I mean, it's a way to try and put pressure on Russia to get them to stop. And unfortunately, it also affects the people within Russia, the citizens of Russia that are not for the war. It's just, it is what it is. It sucks, but it's the way it works, man. And yo, EA, you suck. Somebody send that to them for me. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. Get wrecked, EA. What a trash company. How are you gonna act like you actually give a crap by taking the Russian teams out, but then not do anything about taking the Russian sponsors out of the game? Disgusting. You're disgusting, EA. Gross. Final Fantasy maker Square Enix backs Bitcoin gaming startup ZBD in 35 million round. Again, I hit on this earlier. One of the reasons which we had heard that Square Enix sold off all of their North American gaming studios, their development studios, which was they sold to Embracer Group for 300 million, right? There's like 4 studios, the IPs of Thief, Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, was because they wanted to get some extra capital to pour into, unfortunately, Web3, blockchain, crypto-based gaming, NFTs, and that kind of stuff. While a lot of crypto gaming activity is taking place in the Ethereum and Solana ecosystems, ZBD has constantly banged the drum for Bitcoin over the last couple of years. Now the gaming startup has raised fresh funding with a surprise gaming giant in the mix, Square Enix. ZBD today announced a 35 million Series B funding round led by Kingsway Capital, which includes participation from Square Enix and the Rain Group, plus existing ZBD investors, Initial Capital, and Lakestar. ZBD's platform makes it possible for game developers to build a micropayments via the Lightning Network, which is built on Bitcoin. Game studios can offer small amounts of Bitcoin as rewards for playing games. For example, and the firm provides an application for program interface for developers to implement the tech and an app for gamers to access their Bitcoin rewards. Yo, Tris, what's up? We have just been going over our normal our normal news segment this morning. One of the things we often hit on because it comes up a lot in the news is some of the gaming developers in the industry that I am not very fond of. At the top of that list is EA, Electronic Arts, and Blizzard at the moment. And we just hit on an article that had to do with the fact that EA was trying to show solidarity to Ukraine by pulling Russian teams out of the FIFA game, but then they wouldn't pull the Russian sponsors out of the game as well because they didn't want to lose money, you know. So that's what we just ended up hitting on right then. We've hit on some other stuff just news-wise this morning and everything, but that's what we just finished talking about. Yeah. How are you, Tris? It's good to see you. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. It is definitely morning for me. Yeah. But I hope your day is going well, my friend. It's good to see you again. So I don't know if I told you this yesterday. This is how the stream always works. We go into the news. We do every day we do a video gaming news segment, and then we press on with the game that we're playing. Cool. Game studios can offer small amounts of Bitcoin as reward for playing the games, for example, and the firm provides an application program interface for developers to implement the tech and an app for gamers to access their Bitcoin rewards. In early 2021, ZBD showcased the technology by launching special servers for Valve's popular online shooter Counter-Strike, letting players wager and win Bitcoin rewards for competing in online matches. According to the company, the average size of a transaction on its platform is just 8 cents US worth of Bitcoin via the Lightning Network. Let's see. Let's summarize this here. Alongside Ubisoft, Square Enix is one of the most vocal traditional video game publishers in support of how blockchain tech can impact gaming because they want to make as much money as possible off of it. Square Enix first released NFT collectibles in 2021 in Japan based on its Million Arthur franchise and will also bring its Dungeon Siege IP to the sandbox, an Ethereum metaverse game that is previously backed in 2020. Square Enix president Yasuki Matsuda has also written positively about the potential for NFTs and the coming metaverse. Blockchain-backed 3D evolution of the internet. By designing viable token economies into our games, we will enable self-sustaining game growth. Matsuda wrote in January. Square Enix's moves in the blockchain space have drawn ire from longtime fans and traditional gamers, some of whom have vocally pushed back against NFTs, citing the environmental impact of some platforms, plus scams and other concerns. However, the Japanese gaming icon only appears to be getting deeper into the space, as evidenced by the ZBD news. Yep. Yeah, I mean, like I said just a moment ago, at the top of the more scummy, terrible developers / publishers in the industry right now, as far as I'm concerned, you know, Blizzard and EA really top that list. But I'll tell you what, Square Enix is getting up there for me. A lot of what I've been hearing about Square Enix is getting me pretty cringed out, man. Just woke up. Oh no, you're good, Trish. No, you're good. It's good to see you, my friend. I'm glad to have you back. We're glad to have you back. It's good to see you. I mean, I'm right there with you. We're always getting down on that job. I wake up in the morning. This is a shout out to our buddy Pinky. Our community member Pinky and myself, we collaborated on that Java emote there. That's my mug on a mug of coffee, a mug of Java, and we got a spoon up in there, twisting around that Java brain. Yeah. So we're I'm always getting down on some Java in the morning, man. That's what it's all about. Trying to wake up. No Man's Sky update is Star Trek AF. Massive ships are yours to command with new phenomena and destinations to discover. Yo, check that out. Speculate no more. Hello Games revealed the next addition to the ever-expanding universe of No Man's Sky. It's called Endurance, and it's loaded with additions to space and brings the thrills of taking charge of a fleet of starships to your screen. Why do we even need Starfield? Well, just play No Man's Sky. While past updates have broadened the selection of ships in the game, this one will allow you to live in and explore your ships on a wider scale, taking in the galactic voxel-based vistas from windows and portholes as you chart your next voyage, or take on the update's new expedition Polestar. You can check out the trailer here. Yo, let's watch this real quick.
This is No Man's Sky, the Endurance Update. A complete overhaul of freighters and fleets. Command an armada of frigates from a new bridge. With instant access to warping and teleportation. Your crew live and work aboard your home in the stars. Spacewalk on exterior walkways provides unprecedented flexibility. Enjoy beautiful new space vistas from portholes and windows. Build vast freighter bases to manufacture goods, grow food, and aid exploration. Asteroids have become more varied and far greater in number. Build your fleet and explore the universe as never before. Our journey continues.
Dude, that looks really good. I mean, look, No Man's Sky, right? I mean, this is a game that gets brought up quite often as an absolutely terrible release, right? This was a game that is notorious for being a bad release. But the developers here, indie developer, by the way, they were so remorseful about not following through with what was promised on this game that I think virtually every single content update that has come from No Man's Sky has been free. Isn't that correct? There is no DLC for this game. There is no DLC for this game. And when it released back in 2016, dude, we're talking, 6 years now? This game got blasted on release. And at this point, they just keep pumping out content. And from everything that I understand, it was the devs going, we're sorry. We screwed up. We promised a bunch of stuff that we couldn't deliver on in the time frame for the game's release, and we're sorry. That's they owned it. They owned it, and what they committed to doing was continuing to work on the game, making it as good as possible. Look at that. We got that rage emote right over my face. We'll be there later at some point. I'm fairly sure. Miso, what's up, my friend? Yo, thanks for being here, buddy. You lurk away. And this is one of those examples of a developer owning a mistake and making it right. Bringing themselves back into the good graces of us as a community of gamers and proving to us that it was important to them as also lovers of of games and of their own project that what they had promised would come to fruition. And I think even more at this point. So kudos to this developer for committing and continuing to bring content even 6 years later. There's a huge new patch coming right now. Huge new content patch that costs nothing. Nothing. You just have to own the game. They've even it's got VR modes in it and everything now. It's pretty amazing, guys. Pretty amazing. I've got to say, I'm really, really impressed by this dev. To go from such a brutal release to continuing to just bring free content to the game, as long as you just own the base game. Pretty awesome. Endurance is the latest in a series of updates that have dramatically improved No Man's Sky's standing with gamers over the last 6 years. Comes shortly after the announcement of its upcoming Nintendo Switch port. Yep. Due out this October, the game's roots have always taken inspiration from classic science fiction tropes, and this latest update takes cues from the likes of Battlestar Galactica and Star Trek, aiming to deliver the thrills of piloting a massive ship to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go... Okay, I'll stop. Yo, you're good, Trish. You're good. You're good. Endurance promises a complete overhaul of freighters and fleets. According to the trailer, this update is all about letting you experience daily life aboard a massive starship. Joined by your crew, ready to take on new voyages and space battles, ships will receive an entirely new bridge section, as well as exterior walkways to gaze at the heavens above. New areas have been designed for this experience. Asteroids have seen a dramatic change. They're getting more variation, with thousands of them appearing at once. You can see from the trailer that they're not only far more varied and aesthetically pleasing, but they also help sell the scale of this game. Yeah, they looked really good. The update is also expected to include black holes, nebula, and other cool space phenomena. At the beginning of the week, Hello Games founder Sean Murray, as he is wont to do, teased No Man's Sky fans with a single strong arm emoji and a picture of every major NMS update to date, with one space left mysteriously blank. As is to be expected, speculation on Twitter and Reddit went wild, but it's clear now that the display of strength via that emoji was a reference to the update title. Gotcha. Look at that. This is everything they've done since the game came out 6 years ago, right? And not a single one of these has been a paid DLC, right? Again, it sucks that the game sucked on release, but as far as I'm concerned, they have absolutely made up for it. I think it's hard to argue with that. Endurance comes... I'm actually going to... That's cool. I dig that. We'll like that. We'll like that. Endurance comes with a new expedition. Polestar is based on a capital ship voyage, according to Murray, and will have some combat missions as well as Twitch Drops campaign. Striking how much diversity is in this update, No Man's Sky has become a little challenging to describe to new players. Definitely a survival exploration game on a galactic scale at that. Honestly, this game is just a perfect end-of-the-day jam to chill with. So while the epic scale space fights are definitely tempting, I'm content to just hang out on a ship, stare off at planets knowing, yeah, I could land there. No big deal. Maybe I'll build a greenhouse or something. Oh, it's rando mode time, guys. Let's go. Yo, that's a really good piece of news right there. To go from talking about the terrible stuff we have to hit on all the time in the news segments to actually having a positive thing to spin into regarding No Man's Sky, very nice. Rando mode, guys. Try to get you a free sub. Looking for that hot pocket emote. Rando mode time. Sony gaming unit adds Uber antitrust lawyer amid expansion plans. Nice gamer. And Pinky, nice guys. Sony Interactive Entertainment Corp has hired a new top antitrust and public policy lawyer in Gregory McCurdy, who held a similar position at Uber Technologies. McCurdy, Sony's new senior director for competition and regulatory affairs, arrives as the company's gaming subsidiary recently made a key acquisition and scuttled an antitrust class action. He left Uber last month, shortly before the ride-sharing giant's former top European lobbyist leaked a trove of company documents. Nice, Miso. There you go, buddy. A Sony spokesperson confirmed McCurdy's hire, which he announced in a recent message post posted to his LinkedIn profile. The world of video games is fascinating and will be a great new adventure for me, McCurdy said via LinkedIn. He spent more than 15 years as a senior litigation and policy lawyer for Microsoft prior to joining Uber in 2015. I know it a bit from my Microsoft days when Xbox launched to compete with PlayStation. His senior director role at Sony is a new one per an online posting for the job. The posting said the person filling the role would become a senior level member of the PlayStation video game console makers' global legal leadership and, quote, primary competition and regulatory counsel for the company's business worldwide. McCurdy didn't respond to a request for comment, nor did Stephanie Burns, who joined Sony last year as legal chief for its San Mateo, California-based gaming unit. Sony and its lawyers from Sherman and Sterling also scored a win this week by convincing a federal judge in California to dismiss a putative class action accusing its PlayStation Store of anti-competitive practices. We read about this. McCurdy, a former co-chair of the American Bar Association's Antitrust Committee, is well versed on such issues. 1 second, 1 minute. All right, apologies. So yeah, what that was about was basically this whole anti-competitive thing was Sony recently made it to where no third parties can actually sell purchase codes for their online games, their digital games. Sony is the only company that can actually sell those now. You used to be able to get them through like Best Buy, Amazon, places like that, right? Now it's only Sony. And there was a group that brought a case against Sony saying it was anti-competitive, and Sony won. All right, I'm not going to read the rest of that. If you're interested in reading the rest, I'll throw this in here. All right, but there we go. The best games, I'm going to skim this, okay? We already know there are going to be certain titles that are in this list. I'm not big about going over lists such as this in the news segment, but we're halfway through the year right now, right? We're halfway through 2022. We know there are going to be games on here like Elden Ring and Horizon, correct? But what I want to do is take a look and see what other games might be in here that we're possibly not very aware of. And that way, potentially we have something new to go take a look at, okay? Best games of 2022 so far, picked by the NPR staff. Strange Horticulture. So let's see what it... Didn't take long for 2022 to deliver on a deep roster of long-awaited games, from blockbusters like Elden Ring and Horizon Forbidden West to breakout indies like Tunic and Norco. We asked NPR staff and contributors for their favorites so far. The resulting list represents a broad swath of tastes that includes games appropriate for kids and for folks who may be new to the hobby. Whether you're interested in story-driven experiences or challenges to your wits and reflexes, there's plenty of love in these 30 games. Strange Horticulture. I think we might have seen this during the Summer Game stuff. Cozy and inviting, Strange Horticulture unfolds like a delicate flower behind rain-spattering windows. You'll identify specimens, decipher cryptic letters, and attend to customers seeking herbal remedies or dangerous potions. You'll soon grow accustomed to puzzling over a map and horticultural guidebook for answers to the world's many secrets. If you play your cards right, you may just crack an occult mystery and save a life or two. Cool. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Vermilion. Haven't really painted much since elementary school art class. Picked up Vermilion on a whim and have had such a fun and relaxing time painting in this virtual art studio. Easy to pick up and start, but provides a wide swath of brushes and tools to get really detailed with your artwork. Painting virtually with an undo button and an infinite number of canvases is liberating. Plus, the in-game browser and YouTube player allows you to watch tutorial videos or to just chill with some videos or music while you paint. That's really neat. That's really cool. Monster Hunter Rise, Stranger of Paradise, Triangle Strategy. I love these old school looking RPGs, man. As a 30-plus year veteran of Square Enix titles, I was beyond stoked to see a modern Final Fantasy Tactics emerge. The pixel art is beautiful, the AI is brutal, resources are scarce, and if you're clever enough to win, here's the twist: your enemies level up alongside you. Nice, enemy scaling. Play an array of 30 weird characters from exotic dancers to robots. Con, 3,000 plus bland dialogues. Pro, no permadeath. If you're one to strive for perfection, good luck putting Triangle Strategy down. Is that on Steam? Not is it? No, stuff that. It's on Switch. It's just on Switch. I'm an idiot. It says right there. Okay. Huh. Knock. Fast-paced multiplayer sports game. VR stuff. So on the Quest, Elden Ring, yeah, Horizon, yep. Pokemon Legends, Power Wash Simulator, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Stanley Parable, I've heard is great. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Wick really enjoyed that. Our buddy Wick. Card Shark is supposed to be really good. This is published by Devolver. And I like a lot of Devolver's games that they publish. Tunic, our buddy Casual played this and highly, highly recommends Tunic. We should probably try it out at some point. Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. What? Take my one love from high school, the trading card game Magic the Gathering, and combine it with my other love from high school, the rich fantasy role-playing of Dungeons & Dragons. You get Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. In an age of cash grab crossovers, here's one that actually makes sense. In this new set, you build a deck of spells and creatures led by a commander. Commander is your D&D character sheet. What? Your spell cards are pages out of your ritual tome. Your creature cards are the allies you've met along the journey. Games of Battle for Baldur's Gate feel remarkably like the improvised role-playing game that inspired it. Tabletop. Strategy. Really? Hasbro. Dude, that sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. Final Fantasy 14. Endwalker. Sifu. Stray. How is Stray even on this list when it's only been out for like a day and a half, 2 days? Aperture Desk Job. This... Okay, yeah. I know what that is. Citizen Sleeper, AI, the Somnium Files, Nirvana. Yeah, we've seen those. Weird West. Weird West looks really cool. We had been following that before its release, but they were saying that it was felt. There are a lot of reviews were saying it was felt a bit wonky when it came out. They might have gotten some updates in it though at this point. Norco. Yep. This is the one about Louisiana, right? Yeah. Norco uses its setting in sci-fi Louisiana, yeah. Cuphead, the delicious last course. Vampire Survivors, amazing. Neon White is supposed to be great. Shout out to Pinky. King of Fighters. There you go. Yeah, I'll throw this list in chat real quick. That way if anybody's interested. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm not going to close that out. I might look at that later. Spider-Man Remastered PC system requirements and special features revealed. One of the most noteworthy additions to the PC version of Spider-Man for those with the hardware to handle it is a new higher quality mode for ray tracing reflections. That offers even more city detail when web slinging and fighting crime. NVIDIA DLSS and DLAA are also supported, as are 21x9, 32x9, and NVIDIA Surround multi-monitor display setups. Many other rendering systems are more customizable than they have been in the past, with additional quality levels and algorithmic options, Insomniac said. These include SSAOs, texture, filtering, LOD quality, shadows, and more. We support windowed full screen and exclusive full screen rendering modes. Game will also support adaptive trigger feedback and haptic response via PlayStation DualSense controllers. Fully customizable mouse and keyboard and Steam input controls will also be available. Achievement and cloud saves will be offered on both Steam and the Epic Games Store, and multiple accessible features will be included as well. Looks like minimum specs, we're talking for an average performance of 30 frames per second at a 720p. Very low graphic preset. We're talking a GTX 950, a Core i3 4160, 8 gigs of RAM, and 75 gigs of a hard disk drive to get like middle of the road, which they're calling very high. So, okay, let's hold on. Recommended specs. Let's go recommended specs. 1080p, so HD at 60 frames. You're going to be needing a 1060, an NVIDIA GTX 1060, a Core i5 4670, or a Ryzen 5 1600, 16 gigs of RAM, and 75 gigs of a solid state drive. Okay. To really be pumping out like 4K, 60 frames at 4K, you're going to be needing like a 3080, a Core i7 12700, or a Ryzen 9 5900, 32 gigs of RAM, and again, solid state drive. Okay. August 12th. Less than a month away. Yo, that outfit looks dope. Look at the punk rocker one. That's cool. All right. Dead by Daylight developer event promises new games and Resident Evil news. DBD creator Behavior Interactive is holding a first-of-its-kind Behavior Beyond showcase at the start of August. While the studio is certainly best known for its asymmetrical multiplayer horror game, which keeps welcoming both original characters and those from acclaimed established horror franchises, the studio promises that this upcoming event will feature not only Dead by Daylight, but also other new games. All of this is scheduled to kick off on August 3rd, with the event planned to be streamed through both Twitch and YouTube. This Behavior Beyond event is meant to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the studio, the developer said. Seems that we'll see not just one, but several games there, given that Behavior teased a diverse slate of upcoming games and content, including a world premiere. Back in May, Behavior confirmed its plans to release a DBD dating simulator called Hooked on You. Given that the game has already been revealed, we can assume that that'll probably be included in the lineup of games that will be shown off, but it wouldn't be the next major release since that one's slated to get a world premiere during the event. Behavior's catalog of games includes original ones like DBD, as well as games licensed from the Jurassic World and Game of Thrones franchises. So it remains to be seen which kind of game this next world premiere will be.
Emotional damage.
Psych, what's up? Hooked on You showed up in your Steam queue? Really? We read the other day where Steam has actually made some improvements to the queue and everything, man. So it's supposed to be better for us as far as going through your queue to get games that are more appropriate to what you and your friends play. Psych, what's up, buddy? Yo, man, I put pictures of my tattoo into the art section of the Discord yesterday if you want to take a look, man. That's as close as it's going to get to OnlyFans right now, dude. That's as close as it's going to get to OnlyFans for you right now, buddy. Step by step, dude. If nothing else, Dead by Daylight players can rest assured knowing they'll have something to look forward to as well. Twitter account for the game teased that we'll see some Resident Evil news during the event, with Project W expected to make an appearance there. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I got you, buddy. The Twitter account for the game teased that we'll see some Resident Evil news during the event, with Project W expected to make an appearance. That's the name of the next chapter, which was announced previously, and if the name is anything to go off of, it likely means Wesker is coming to the next game. Behavior's event takes place on August 3rd, so expect to tune in then to see what comes of it. They said it's happening what time? 1 p.m. Eastern, so we're talking like lunchtime for us. So maybe what we'll do is I'll eat lunch and we'll watch this, okay? I'll eat lunch and we'll just watch the Behavior Beyond showcase if we remember, okay? Well, can't you just look him up by genre? Isn't there like a tag for him? Like, isn't there a NSFW tag in Steam? I think there is, right? Hey, thanks, Ike. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's good work. I found a really good artist down here, man. Um, Again, I mean, my reasoning for getting the artwork is not necessarily for anybody else. It's for me. And but I had told you guys I was getting it, and people wanted to see it, so I figured I would. I've been saying I would throw pictures in for a while, so I finally we were getting ready to go to the pool for a little bit yesterday, and just like I got the wife and was like, "Yo, we'll just snap some pictures real quick so I can throw these in here, and that way I can quit telling people I'll do it, quit procrastinating." Yo, Psych, check this out real quick, dude. Hold on. Because I know you've got Adventure Time, dude. You weren't here. I just showed this a little bit ago, dude. Check this out. Check that out, dude. How awesome is that? Gonna be my new background for right now. My sister-in-law found this. Kind of weird that it's not in animated though. That like this isn't animated. You mean like it's not like a GIF or something? Well, this site they do like collectibles and just like concept art kind of stuff and things like that. So um, it's not actually done by like the animators of the series or anything. It's just this other studio that does all kinds. I'm gonna link it in the art section. I showed everybody earlier, but I just like my sister-in-law found it, dude. Sent it to me yesterday and was like, "Have you ever seen this?" And I was just kind of blown away. So yeah, we'll try to watch the Dead by Daylight, the Behavior showcase uh, at the beginning of August. Okay, guys. Saints Row reboot has gone gold. If you don't know what that means, basically that means this game is ready to ship. It is releasing on time. Saints Row reboot from developer Deep Silver has officially gone gold. The game is ready to release come August 23rd for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC via the Epic Game Store. That is, of course, unless something truly unusual happens between now and then. Gone gold means the full version of the base game is ready for manufacturing and packaging. Yep. Um, if you are looking forward to the release of Saints Row, there's actually a way to prepare for the title to drop. The developer previously released a character creator boss factory that allows players to customize their protagonist ahead of release. While technically a standalone demo, players can save their creations to then import them into the full video game once Saints Row launches. Quote, this is a chance for us to go back to our origins and get back to that more contemporary crime angle that we love and what Saints Row is known for, said Jim Boone, Chief Creative Officer at Deep Silver Volition, when the reboot was first revealed. Quote, it was a great opportunity for us to tell the story we wanted to tell, and most importantly, to tell a story that is contemporary that we think the people will relate to. What that means is that that could be everything from imagining the kind of debt that people deal with these days, student loans, the kinds of things you want to be able to do for the American dream. Imagine the American dream. Feel like that's turning to basically like the American Nightmare. I don't think it can be referred to that anymore. Imagine if you were in that world and you could form your own criminal empire. You could be your own boss and do things your way. If you're interested in that character creation stuff, anything else that might have to do with the release, I accidentally put a backslash there, but it still works. So it still works. I fat fingered a backslash on that link, but it works. There you go. Stray, where you play as the cat, is breaking the internet. Stray never really has existed. No, not really, dude. But it's definitely a far cry from anything that it used to be a semblance of, anyways, for sure. Stray, a new video game for Sony. Lets players explore a subterranean cyberpunk city as a ginger tabby that's trying to claw its way back to its family. The $30 third-person platform adventure and puzzle game from French development studio Blue 12 and published by Annapurna Interactive has drawn plenty of hype since it was first teased during the 2020 PS5 reveal event. And now the long-awaited cat game is here, and players and their feline friends are already obsessed. That's actually good. I hope this is fake. I streamed Stray today, and the little cat was so cute that I fully cried multiple times. Is that for reals? You cried at Pixels. Anyways, some mild spoilers follow. Let's don't do spoilers because I probably want to play this game. I really want to play this game. Never cried at Toy Story? No. Wait, you cried at Toy Story? There's a difference though between like I guess what I'm getting at is like just crying because something was cute, like literally looks like legitimately like I'm guessing this might be a little bit of a just kind of a sarcastic kind of a post here, but legit looks like they're crying. If somebody's really crying just because a cat is cute in an online game, that's a bit odd to me. I don't know. I'm not saying you can't be invested emotionally in some kind of like animated series or show or something like that. I get that. I get that. Yeah. 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 I guess that's what was really kind of getting me about it. Like, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Storytelling and being emotionally invested in a movie, whether it be live action or animated or what have you. I get that. I absolutely get that. But just because it's like the cat is so cute, it's like what? I guess I just don't relate to that. And I love cute stuff, but just bawling about it is a weird response, I guess, to me. There's been so many of these clips being passed around that it's inspired the @CatsWatchStray Twitter account, which has been retweeting clips of kitties that appear to be memorized by the video game cat on screen. I guess, dude. I guess, bro. Stray was also posting big numbers for a little game on Steam. The cloud-based game. I actually consider my guy. I consider myself pretty like. I'm pretty in touch with my emotions, dude. You know what I mean? But just to like fall out because something's cute, I guess I don't understand that. Yeah. What? You missed it, dude. We already hit on the EA Blizzard stuff today, dude. You were too late. Stray was also posting big numbers for a little game on Steam. The cloud-based gaming library Stray had almost 63,000
emotional damage.
Yeah, concurrent players at its peak on Tuesday, according to Steam stats. Independent video game analyst Benji Sells tweeted that Stray broke the concurrent player record for any Annapurna interactive game on Steam on Tuesday, making the studio's biggest PC launch ever. Quote, I absolutely cannot overemphasize how incredible these numbers are for an indie title, he wrote. Huge hit for Annapurna Interactive and Blue 12 Studios. Yeah, absolutely. Blue 12 Studio game developers weren't immediately available for comment, because they were all out partying, dude. But they revealed in a PlayStation blog post that they took care to make the Stray at the center of the game look and feel as much like real cats as possible. Well, except for showing cat buttholes, apparently. What? And the finished product seems to be resonating with real-life felines and their humans alike. And soon as the cat shows on screen... You had to hold the dog, dude. Turn the TV off. Yeah, dude. Animals are all about. I love watching animals. Like, look at this. Like, the animals are all about the game, dude. It's really cool. Get that cat a friend, dude. That cat needs a buddy. Oh, look, it just wants friends. Oh, it's so cute, dude. Oh, it's so cute. I do have a terrible cry face, by the way. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. I love cats, though. I do love cats. Is this the Stray video? Yeah. Yeah. I want a cat. So I haven't had a cat since I was an old teenager, man. I had a cat for a long time. I don't know. About 15 years? Something like that. 14, 15 years. She was awesome, dude. I would love to have another cat. It's really cool. Yeah. Everybody's pets are digging the game, dude. Yeah, dude, I've known a lot of really cool cats, and there are a lot of butthole cats out there too, man. So yeah, there's a wide variety of personalities that come along with cats, for sure. Yeah. But I've known some amazing cat, and my cat that I had growing up, dude, was awesome. And that's probably why, I want another one so bad. She was so cool, dude. She was so cool. Such a great pet. I just think across the board, the spectrum of, there is just, the spectrum is just so wide and varied on the personalities that cats get, you know. I have a sister-in-law, dude, that has a cat that, as it's gotten older, has been a little more chill, but it's a butthole, dude. The cat's a butthole. Always has been. Yeah, there's a lot of cats that are just aggressive, dude, and just kind of a-holes. And But there are a lot of cats out there that are actually really good companions and really nice and loving and fun and I don't know. My cat was awesome, dude. She was really really cool. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I think a lot of it has to do with your experience that you've had with cats, you know, over the years. Uh, obviously, I don't think yours has been too great, Syke. So I get it, dude. And I've known again, I've known some terrible cats, dude, that were pets, and I wouldn't want those. But I've known a lot of good ones too. The PlayStation blog post also introduced three cats that inspired the game's leading feline. They include an orange tabby named Murtaugh, a former stray himself who was found under a car in Montpellier, France. He now lives with Blue 12 Studios co-owner. And a hairless sphinx named Oscar was the muse to the main cat animator, who reportedly animated the cats by hand, but not with a motion capture suit. Oh, that's cool. To nail down the subtleties of a feline's movements when it runs, jumps, scratches, boops the snoot, and climbs. Both cats were regular visitors inside the development team's studio. Having real cats under our noses during the whole development was, of course, extremely helpful in many ways. That'd be a really cool environment, too. Early reviews of the game have been largely positive. The Washington Post dubbed it a masterpiece, and The Verge called it one of the best games of the year so far. But some critics have also said the game doesn't always land on its feet, so to speak, and its charm can wear off quickly. Still, much of the high praise has been lavished on how well the developers caught the feeling of being a cat. From the way the in-game strays stretch when they get up, rub against one another, scratch trees, or nonchalantly knock over bottles as they walk by, to the fact that there is a dedicated meow button. That's sick. Which is perhaps why Stray has been like catnip for gamers to share on social media. Home of the cat meme. After all, there are millions of cat videos on YouTube, and more than 18 million uploads of videos related to cats have already been uploaded in 2022. According to YouTube global data shared
Hey,
with
shut your
MarketWatch.
pie hole, buddy.
No. And this is more than 3 times the number of the videos uploaded during the same period last year. What's more, searching cat meme on Google draws about 198 million results. Cool, man. Yeah. Pinky's saying that apparently the ending to the game is kind of trash. So we'll probably see more about that. But so far, consensus seems to be that people are really enjoying the game. Next! EA stock climbs as video game rivals merge and CTO departs. Psych, you should play it. EA stock climbs. Jesus, dude. So yeah, now it's starting to sound like you might actually have some underlying issues there, Syek. Uh, so their stock climbed recently as it saw rival companies merge in its parts, and it parts company with its chief technology officer (CTO). Founded in '82, the company develops, publishes, and distributes nowadays pretty trash video games for console, PC, mobile, and online platforms. Their prize video game franchises, also known as intellectual property, include free-to-play online shooter Apex Legends and annual football title FIFA, which will be rebranded after the end of a lucrative licensing deal with a sports governing body. Yep. Their stock has dropped since February of last year, which is great. Good. Get wrecked. Which it was way down at the end of beginning of May. The company has announced that current CTO Ken Moss will leave the company on 12 August. The technical transformation we've undergone during Ken's tenure has been extraordinary, navigating tremendous digital expansion, growing to new platforms, delivering tools for our game teams to serve more players, and enabling a large and growing global organization of scummy incorporations into games. Cat ears for ooh. That's an idea. EA's CEO Andrew Wilson said in a filing, Technology has made this all possible, and Ken's leadership has been pivotal for our company to be even more scummy. The role of CTO will now be split between Marija. Is this Marija? Radulovic Nastic, and who will be CTO, Creative and Development. I butchered her name, or their name. And Matt Tomlinson, who will be CTO Enterprise. In May, industry news site Kotaku reported that EA was in possible merger talks with companies such as NBC, Universal, Disney, and Apple. Yeah. Although a deal involving EA has yet to happen, its rivals have not been standing still. Earlier this year, Microsoft stunned the gaming world with, which it hasn't, their acquisition of Activision Blizzard hasn't come to fruition yet, but it's on its way. And then Sony taking on Bungie. EA's most recent big budget game did not launch as smoothly as it would have liked because Battlefield 2042 was a hot mess. Online first-person shooter Battlefield 2042 was launched late last year with 2 reports of bugs, glitches, and other player issues, sitting EA stock down over 7% at the time. The Battlefield franchise is 20 years old and was coded by Swedish game developer DICE. Investors will be hoping that the future games will be met with smoother launches. And instead of EA committing to improving Battlefield, it looks like they're shutting it down. Anticipated games in the coming months include the latest version of Madden, of the American football franchise, and a remake of sci-fi horror game Dead Space early next year. Yeah. Investors and gamers will get an update on the company's financial performance when EA reports fiscal first quarter earnings in early August. I really hate that company right now. There you go, Syke. You didn't miss all of it, buddy. Former GTA bosses Build a Rocket Boy announces hiring of PlayStation 2K and NCSoft veterans. Build a Rocket Boy, the studio established in 2016 by former Rockstar North president Leslie Benzies, has announced the appointment of 3 games industry's veterans to its executive team. Hired Mick Hawking as Chief Development Officer, Murray Pinnell as Senior Vice President of Global Marketing, and Randall Price as Chief Publishing Officer. Hawking previously served as Studio Director for SEL Liverpool Studio, PlayStation London Studio, and MotorStorm developer Evolution Studios, which he also co-founded. He was also Vice President of Sony Computer Entertainment Europe and Vice President of Product Development for Codemasters. Pinnell joined Build a Rocket Boy from 2K, where he was the Vice President of Publishing for Europe. He was also formerly Marketing Director for PlayStation UK and Ireland, Marketing Director for Ubisoft, and Group Product Marketing Manager for Xbox. Price was most recently Senior Vice President for Publishing for NCSoft. Previously spent 15 years at Guild Wars developer ArenaNet, where he served as Senior Vice President of Global Business. Thursday's news is the first announcement from the Scottish studio in nearly 2 years. Build a Rocket Boy said on Thursday that it has a team of over 400 developers and technology innovators based in Edinburgh, Budapest, and around the world, working its debut title everywhere. Quote, with a goal to challenge the boundaries of video gaming and revolutionize entertainment. A report published earlier this year by Galaxy Interactive, a company which has invested in Build a Rocket Boy, described the game as real-life Ready Player One, referring to the book and movie about a virtual reality open world. It called it an, quote, open world AAA game with a multiplayer experience incorporating a multi-chapter epic narrative. User-generated content through a virtual sandbox where players can create their own worlds and deep social and streaming integrations. Okay, so the game is actually called Everywhere. All right? I'm sure we'll see more about this in the future. The biggest competition for PlayStation Plus isn't Xbox Game Pass. Top tier of Sony's PS Plus subscription service features a total of 700 plus titles spanning all the way back to the original catalog of the first PlayStation. Players opting for the premium tier can jump into Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, then bop over for some sparring in Tekken 2. Rekindle the campy nostalgia of the original Resident Evil, then settle into stream Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's a true smorgasbord of hits both past and present. There's plenty in PS Plus to enjoy and justify its tiered pricing structure. When I first opened the menu upon its June 13th launch in American markets, I thought I'd be spending days within all the games and features it had to offer. Turns out, in the month afterward, I didn't. It's not that PS Plus isn't good or robust enough to justify its price tag of $120 per year. It's more that modern gaming makes it extremely hard to extract the full value of the new PS Plus. When you think about the competition Sony faces around its subscription service, by default, attention turns to Xbox Game Pass, a product with 400 plus games and over 25 million subscribers. As I spent several weeks sampling the PS Plus goods, however, it occurred to me that the biggest competition for the PS Plus isn't another game subscription service, but rather games themselves. That's because the biggest factor undermining the value of PS Plus or any game subscription service on the market, for that matter, isn't money, it's time. Yeah. From an economic standpoint, the case for subscribing to PS Plus Premium is remarkably palatable. For starters, if you need cloud storage or want to play any kind of online multiplayer PlayStation game, you're obligated to pay at least $60 a year to get access to PS Plus Essential. From there, justifying an increase to the premium tier gets you access to the aforementioned catalog of over 700 current gen and classic games, and the ability to stream games from the cloud and access to timed trials of new games is pretty easy to sell for the cost of just one additional new game a year for $60. Even if you do have the money, do you have the time? I think that's what we talk about that a lot, right? The pretty lengthy. They bring up a good point. I'm not going to read all of this, but they bring up a good point for us to talk about. What these better subscription services bring to the table for us, right? Whether it be Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, it's hard to argue with the fact that what you pay in regards to what you get for what you pay, it's a pretty good deal. But ultimately, are you able to devote enough time to get enough satisfaction for what you're paying for, right? Are you getting enough game time for what you're paying for? And it's going to be different for each individual person, right? Somebody that plays games all the time, such as myself, it might be worth. But for somebody that goes, only gets to play maybe 10 to 15 hours of games a week, is that amount of money worth having access to all those games as opposed to just buying a game here and there? It's tough to tell. Each individual's situation is going to be different. What kind of games you're into, things of that nature. But it's definitely a good point, and it's worth people taking a critical look at whether spending that amount of money is worth for the amount of time that you're able to put into the games that you play, right? I don't know. I think it's going to be different for everybody, but it's a good point to bring up for sure. Netflix reveals new games arriving in August. Again, I think at this point, they've released roughly half the games they said they're going to release of the total 50. But we've got some more coming. In August, 4 different video games, including 12 Minutes and the hotly anticipated Immortality. Netflix is listing all 4 titles as coming soon rather than having them set for specific dates. Immortality was recently delayed to August 30th on all of its other announced platforms like Xbox and PC via Steam. Seems likely it will also arrive on that date for Netflix. These are the 4 games. Netflix heads up. Hit Charades game. Now with decks based on your favorite Netflix titles. Immortality. A starlet vanished. Her film's unreleased. Investigate the lost works of the Silver Screen, hopeful to unlock the secrets behind her disappearance. Rival pirates. Description: make them walk the plank, set sail, fire cannonballs, and avoid traps to find treasures before your enemies in this swashbuckling adventure. And 12 minutes. Tap and drag to escape a time loop nightmare. This interactive thriller features the voices of James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe. As noted above, these titles are coming to Netflix in next month. Games on Netflix are available globally on both Android and iOS devices, with players being able to find the various games in their respective application storefronts to download, with the addition to the Netflix app itself. There you go. More Netflix games coming. This is the last article I have, guys. If you have anything else that you want to add, bring to the table that we might need to discuss before we end today's news segment, let me know, and I'll address it before we move on to our gameplay of Witcher 3 Day 14, okay? Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Overview Trailer Release. The Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is set to finally release next week on July 29th for the Switch. Ahead of the video game's release date, Nintendo has released a new overview trailer that goes over what players can expect when the video game starts up in terms of story, environments, gameplay, and more. While Nintendo has previously claimed that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 connects the futures of the two previous mainline Xenoblade Chronicles games, it is also said that the title serves as a fine entry point into the greater franchise. Whether that is an accurate summation of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 remains to be seen. The new trailer certainly makes the case that new folks won't have much more trouble getting into it than veterans of the franchise. Check out the overview trailer below. We'll watch it real quick. How long is it? 8 minutes. We'll watch it real quick. Why not? It's a long news segment today anyways. We'll watch it real quick. As noted above, the game will be releasing on Switch on July 29th, both digitally and physically. There's also a physical special edition of the game that will be available, featuring a steelbook, special art, and a 250-page hardcover art book. But good luck actually scoring one for yourself. All right, let's watch this real quick. Then we'll finish the news segment, okay? So we'll watch this. If nobody has anything else, this will be the end of it. I'm going to grab some coffee while we watch this real quick, though. All right? One second. Oh, dude, guys, I'm so sorry. I suck. I didn't realize it was muted.
Food? Certainly.
Apologies.
But what we need most is life itself.
What do you all think you're doing? Why the fighting?
What do you
Three
think it's
head
like
move.
for us? Losing friend after friend.
The face of your real enemy is...
Ouroboros abhor this world.
Their existence must be erased without a trace.
This is the world of Ionios. The nations of Keves and Agnes and their grisly conflict stand in contrast to its natural splendor. The people of this world live short lifespans of just 10 years. From the moment they're born, fighting is all the people of Ionios learn. The story of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 focuses on 6 soldiers, 3 from Keves and 3 from Agnes. When they come face to face during a special mission, both parties draw their weapons, but after encountering a mysterious figure, they resolve to work together.
Because now, kids, you share a common destiny. They'll hunt you constantly, relentlessly, without rest. There's one place that might give you a chance. Sword March. Our city.
Ionios is host to various landscapes, all filled with surreal geography to explore and diverse wildlife to encounter. Draw your weapon when encountering an enemy to seamlessly enter battle. Make your approach to attack automatically. Then harness powerful abilities called arts to strive for victory. Arts have a variety of effects. Some can throw opponents off balance, inflict more damage based on where you attack from, or heal allies, to name a few. String together arts to activate a combo and gain an advantage. Get the enemy off balance, knock them to the ground, launch them into the air, then smash them down. Stringing together successful combos is quite satisfying.
Yeah, but they said it's quite satisfying, Pinky, so you're wrong.
What is that thing? You've got a real death wish. It's not over yet!
I felt her thoughts. There were so many, and then they were a part of me.
By joining together in battle through interlinking, two characters in your party can fuse into a fiercely powerful form, known as an Ouroboros. While interlinking, unleash mighty Ouroboros arts without limits. Use soul points earned in battle to make the Ouroboros even stronger. Each character in your party has a class that influences how they battle. Each character takes on a specific role during battles. Attackers excel at damaging enemies. Defenders block enemy attacks and draw their aggro. And healers can restore health points to keep you in fighting shape. Each character playing in their role effectively is a key point to battling. Your class can also be changed to match that of your allies.
Hammerhead.
And that's not all.
Doing the same as everyone around you, it's always the same outcome. It's just that
This entire
as a mechanic,
trailer is probably
you
going
can't
to
start
get
getting
out
moody
because
just
the
because
background
something's
music
broken.
gets uploaded to YouTube.
Brave residents of Ionis called heroes can lend their arms and aptitude to your team as a seventh party member. Only one hero at a time can assist on the battlefield, but you can swap them out as you see fit. Heroes also have their own unique classes. By befriending these allies, your party members can take on these classes too. Recruit more heroes for a growing combination of classes and arts for your party.
Or I'll just have to cut the entire thing out. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it's so hard to tell with YouTube.
Ionios is host to a variety of terrains and climates. Once you start to explore, you'll encounter creatures that make no secret of their ferocious tendencies, as well as hidden areas to discover and more. Harsh yet beautiful landscapes await you. Colonies serve as the base camp for both nations.
I think the thing that's weird for me is like just
At rest spots found in colonies and throughout the world, you can cook using collected materials. Craft gems to strengthen your abilities.
It looks dated, dude.
Looks good to me.
I think we'll find this
And
useful.
discuss information you've heard from residents to take on new quests.
I think that's just because I play so much stuff on PC and everything, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Explore every corner of these fields as you seek out new encounters. breathtaking scenery, valuable items, and ferocious monsters. Enjoy the world and fulfill your wanderlust at your own pace.
We were sworn enemies once, and yet we all share the will to live in the now.
Not now we seem to be sharing a common destiny, we happy few.
These soldiers will nourish me, and we can always grow plenty more.
Nice, it ain't
You
the
guys
soldier.
really make my sparks fly.
Get back to killing each other! Come on! I thought that was your whole raison d'etre.
These are our lives here. They're not some toys you can just play with.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Broaden the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 with a paid expansion pass. Additional content will be released over time.
This is so. Let's address something real quick here. It's so funny to me that, like, I mean, we were just talking about this earlier, right? We were just talking about this earlier today with, the dev of No Man's Sky, and you see all the DLC, all the new content. It's not even considered DLC. They just all the new content, all the new patches they've given out for that game, and all you have to do is buy the base game. There's no season pass. You don't buy new DLC for it or anything. You get everything. And it's an indie dev. You know what I mean? And then this is the way most other companies approach everything. It's like on the release of the game, there's always more, right? There's just always more that you need to buy. We're not going to tell you exactly, this is like, so they are telling you some stuff. Helpful items and outfit color variants is going to launch on 7/29. The new hero character in Quest on the 31st of December challenge battle. And then more of that on 4/30, April 30th. And then brand new story scenario by 12/31, and you can get access to all of that as long as they actually end up releasing it by purchasing the expansion pass right now, on top of paying for the main game. And it's just, this is the kind of thing, dude, that we talk about quite often when we're talking about the mechanics that, or I get it. It's a business, right? We get that. But it's quite often feels like they are just trying to suck as much money out of everybody as possible, even though they've already got a lot of stuff ready to go. Helpful items, outfit, color variants. You're not going to get this if you don't purchase the expansion pass. You know what I mean? This is stuff that's ready to go for the main game. You're not getting this unless you purchase. This is a mechanic that they're trying to get. They're like, oh, if you want this, you know what I mean? You're going to need to go ahead and buy the expansion pass on top of what you're paying for the main game. And it just feels bad, dude. It just feels bad. Why not just tell everybody thanks for buying the game and trying it out and giving, being like, if you purchase the game within the first week of release, you can use, you'll get these items. If you play it within the first week, you'll get these items. Get the game within the first week, you'll get these items or whatever. You know what I mean? Just say thank you or whatever. Instead of it being some scummy incorporation of trying to get people to buy into more money. That's the way it always feels. I get like it takes a lot of time and effort and developers and things like that to continually make more content and everything. But the fact of the matter is, we've seen small indie developers be able to create these massive, expansive universes without ever needing anything from the consumer over just buying the base game. And then you see this kind of crap happen all the time. All the time, man, where there's already new content ready for the game. The game releases, you pay $60, right? And then it's oh, well, now there's more DLC 2 weeks later. So here's, you're going to need to pay another 30 to $40 if you want this DLC. And then, another 5-6 weeks down the line, oh, here's some more DLC, pay another $20. And it's like, Jesus, dude. It feels bad whenever you know that it doesn't have to be that way. Oh, man. So, but that's Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'll throw this in chat if you guys want to take a further look or watch the trailer again. There you go. That'll do it. Long news segment today, but a good one. They're always good, man. I enjoy doing the news, and I enjoy you guys being part of it, so thank you. We're going to move on to The Witcher 3. Before that, I will say that if you're enjoying the news segments and you're viewing this on YouTube as a VOD, then consider hitting that like and subscribe button and maybe leave me a comment so we can discuss some of these topics that we went over today, okay? Also, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with us at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day, where we start all the streams out with video gaming news, okay? Other than that, everybody just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow for July 22nd's edition of Video Gaming News. All right?